Welcome to our Instagram live event. My name is Paul Arsov, a member of the Decentralized Web project. The topic of our education today is to rebrand or not. When is the right time? And the topic touches on marketing, business, and strategy. It is interesting I can say about creative topic, but as you know, the starting of our events, a little bit about our project. But this centralized advertising platform, and recently we did release some of NFTs. And as you know, on marketplaces, NFTs are predominantly based on two-dimensional stick and moving images, based mainly on JPEG and PNG image formats. But what you have is a three-dimensional object, and as you know, with two-dimensional objects, it can be loaded by multiple software programs, including the browser, one of the most popular programs. But with the three-dimensional objects, we have a special engine which loads and then it displays, and it can give special capabilities to the three-dimensional. So what with our 3D is that we did consider using some standard software, and the standard software is mostly game engines. There are two very popular engines which are used by 3D creators, 3D object creators, and one of these game engines is called Unity, and the other one is called Unreal. But like when using game engines, essentially there's things such if some creator is popular, then the creator who started using a specific game engine has applied with the requirements of the game engine, and like if successfully they have to sync the game engine for use of engine. So that's why we decided from the very beginning of creating of our 3D NFTs to create our own 3D engine, and like after creating this 3D, like it opens a window on the computer screen, and it loads the 3D object, and it starts animating this 3D object. Animating means that this 3D is moving to the window which has been opened and is in a random fashion. So that's the first and essential capability, but there are several other capabilities which our 3D software engine is bringing. The first additional capability is the capability of speaking. Currently, our 3D NFTs can speak in one of three different uh, three in the voice and types of voice. Three can normal speed, fast speaking voice. For example, it is talking about sweet voice. If on the other hand, we take a female spoken with a fast speed, then this voice can come as the voice of a little girl, or it can as the voice of a funny person. So that's it regarding to this capability, but the next capability of our 3D NFTs is the capability of voice recognition. For example, we can issue a number of voice commands to 3D NFTs, and if we have a 3D NFT which is loaded on in a window and it is animated and moving constantly in a random fashion around the window, then we can issue our first voice command to the 3D to stop moving, and then the 3D NFT and issue additional commands to the 3D NFT to move left, move right, move up, move down, zoom in, zoom out. Then the able to advance and move left, move right, move up, move down, come closer, zoom in, go further away, zoom out, or start rotating. So that's it regarding to the voice recognition capability. The next capability that we have for our 3D NFTs is the capability of having basic artificial intelligence. Wow, really wow. You, the user, can ask a 3D NFT what is your name, and then the 3D NFT is going to respond with their name. You can ask the 3D NFT who are you, and then the 3D NFT is going to tell you who they are. You can ask the 3D NFT to describe something. For example, describe Web3, or describe decentralization, or describe Russia. And then the 3D NFT is going to describe in few sentences about Web3, or about decentralization, or about the country called Russia. So that's it regarding to the basic artificial intelligence capability. And the last and not least important capability is the capability of seeing the 3D NFTs in real 3 dimensions. Currently, we have a version of the 3D NFT which is loaded and displayed on flat two-dimensional computer screen, and we are using our imagination to imagine the 3D NFT with a computer screen in real 3 dimensions. But we are going to be having a second version of our 3D NFTs, and this version is going to be displayed in a way of stereoscopics. What the stereoscopics mean is that one part of the 3D NFT is going to be displayed in red or reddish color, and another part of the 3D NFT is going to be displayed in blue or bluish color. Then the user, can go to our 3D NFT marketplace, and let me tell you the name and the URL of the website of our 3D NFT marketplace. It is 3dnft.decentralizedweb.org. 3D NFT is going to be typed in with the number 3, then the letter D, then it is followed with NFT, and this is altogether 3D NFT. Then there is a dot, then there are 2 words, decentralized web, and they're all together, decentralizedweb.org. Once again, this is 3dnft.decentralizedweb.org. When you go to our 3D NFT marketplace, you can go to the special section of accessories, and when you click and enter this section, you're going to see that we're offering special glasses, and you can click and order these special glasses, and when you receive these glasses, you are going to see that one lens of these glasses is red, and the other lens of these glasses is blue. Then after receiving these glasses, you can put these glasses on. You can request displaying of the 3D NFT in a way of stereoscopics, and then you are going to see the 3D NFT coming out of the flat 2-dimensional computer screen, and you're going to see it in real 3 dimensions. So that's the last capability of our 3D NFT, and so as you can see, what we have is unique, it is innovative, and it is exciting. Several weeks ago, or probably 2-3 months ago, we had lecture, educational presentation, and the topic of this educational presentation was bending the wheel of the market. And bending the wheel metaphorically means that redirecting the direction which a market is moving. And essentially markets, they're composed by the products and services which some companies are offering, and essentially markets, once they're formed, they are moving in a steady fashion in a certain direction, and they're offering a number of products and services which are somewhat similar, and there are users who are buying these products and services, and using and consuming these products and services. But once in a while there is new company or existing company, but they're coming with a new product or new service, and like the users and consumers in the specific market, they start noticing. Uh, and at some point, they start buying these products and services of the new company. And at this point, what is happening is the market starts moving in the new direction towards the products of the new company or existing company with innovative products which have been offered. And the new company or the existing company with the new product, they have this proportional advantage to capture most of the market which started moving in their direction. So what we're doing with our 3D NFTs is essentially we're aiming to bend the wheel of the NFT market, which currently is moving in the steady fashion with two-dimensional static JPEG and PNG images. And we're aiming to move and change the direction of the NFT market towards three-dimensional objects, and these three-dimensional objects having multiple and additional capabilities. So what we're offering is very technologically sophisticated compared with the two-dimensional images. The current NFT market is essentially saturated with 2D images, and with the coming of artificial intelligence like offers like easy image creation, so we are going to see like existing 2D collections which are based on 3D 3D generated images, and basically like a collection could be created in a matter of hours. And so the easy creation of collection can allow creators who are not very artistic and not technologically sophisticated to easily create very large collections, and they can essentially keep saturating the existing market. So what we offer is new, innovative, and exciting, and so what we are offering can change the direction essentially of the NFT market. But I talked a lot about our NFTs, our software engine. Let me tell you a little bit also about our marketplace as well. Our marketplace is currently offering our first collection of NFTs based on three-dimensional objects, and we're going to continue adding collections of three-dimensional objects, and we are going to be placing exclusively 3D NFTs on our marketplace. This is first and very significant difference between our marketplace and ordinary and traditional NFT marketplaces. The second important difference between our 3D NFT marketplace and ordinary NFT marketplaces is that we are having our own blockchain instance, and we are deploying the smart contracts for the non-fungible tokens on our own blockchain instance. In this way, we do not require our users to pay gas fee for deployment of the smart contracts for the non-fungible tokens, and our users are not paying gas fees for transfers of ownership, gas fees for transactions which are going to transfer ownership of from one user to another user. Essentially, we're detaching our 3D NFT from a single popular crypto coin, and we are attaching our 3D NFT to our own blockchain instance. In this way, we also allow our users to use multiple crypto coins for buying and then selling of our 3D NFTs. At the point of developing our marketplace, we were looking of what criteria can we use for selecting of like crypto coins, and we did use the criteria of like very low gas fee for transactions on a specific blockchain, like very low withdrawal fee, because some of our users are going to be having their crypto assets on centralized crypto exchanges, and like by offering them to use a crypto coin with low withdrawal fees, we are assisting our users with like relatively low cost withdrawals if they are on centralized crypto exchanges. We also did use the criteria of fast transaction time, and currently the time it takes for like after one user is sending a payment to our deposit addresses, then this payment is going to be received in a matter of seconds, between 5 seconds and 15 seconds. This is the time which takes to do the transfer with the current crypto coins that we choose for payments. Currently, there are 4 different crypto coins which can be used, and the list includes Solana Sol, Polygon Matic, Avalanche Avax, and Qcoin KCS. Qcoin is a big centralized crypto exchange, and they have their coin called KCS. So that's it regarding to the payment in crypto, but in addition to crypto payments, we have a path which is independent from the payment with crypto, and we allow our users to use directly fiat currency with the payments for our 3D NFTs. Our users can like for example, one user, they can come to our marketplace and use their debit or credit card. They can pay in their national currency, and the proceedings from this first purchase of the 3D NFT is going to be displayed, going to be deposited in our bank account, converted from the national currency of the first user to US dollars in our bank account. And let's say this first user starts using the 3D NFT, and at some point they decide to put this 3D NFT for sale. Then let's say there's a second user which is coming to our 3D NFT marketplace. They like the 3D NFT, which is put for sale of the first user, and then there like they decide to purchase this 3D NFT with their debit or credit card with their national fiat currency. So what is going to happen is they are going to send payment with their debit or credit card to our bank account. There is going to be transfer of ownership between the first and second user, and then we are going to make a transaction from our bank account in US dollars to the bank account of the first user, who is currently the former owner of the NFT that they purchased and they just sold, and the proceeds of the sale are going to be received in the bank account of the first user directly in their national fiat currency. So this is a second independent path which is going to be used for buying and selling of our 3D NFTs. With this said, I will ending the introduction of our project and coming back to the topic of today, which is to rebrand or not. When is the right time? The topic of this educational event today was inspired by an article which I did read, and this article is talking about rebranding of in businesses, and the article starts with one example. So there's a known organization, for example, and this organization decides to introduce a new logo for this organization or corporation or municipality, like a city. And when a new logo is introduced, so what is usually happening, everyone is going to have certain opinion of this new logo and new offer. And suddenly everyone is an expert. And so if we take the example of the city of New York, they recently introduced a new promotional campaign, and they did update their much beloved logo, which is looking like the letter I, then there is heart, which is displayed in red color, and then there is followed with two letters which are N and Y. And the city of New York, they decided to redesign the original and old logo, which has been designed by the legendary designer called Milton Glaser, and it was designed back in 1973. And the new logo for New York City, it looks like we and then kind of in the middle, but below this letter, this heart in red color, and then there is it's followed with three letters N, Y, and C, and it reads like we Nick love. Um, so like it's slightly new typeface for the letters in the new logo, and like it is a slightly dimensionalized heart in the logo as well. And so just within a few hours, like New Yorkers themselves and the people outside of New York, they started expressing their opinion, and they were up in arms about the redesign. They essentially loved the old logo, and they were um, against the new logo. Uh, at, um, at this point, they started piling hate on it, and like this is a case of unsuccessful attempt of rebranding with using the logo of which is presenting the essentially the image for specific business or specific company. But let's look at the cases and examples of successful use of image and logo for rebranding. The first case we're going to look at is the city, and it is a famous one among the branding and graphics design community. In 1988, Citicorp and Travelers Group they merged and became a new organization, new corporation called Citi Group. The umbrella mark was carried over from the Travelers Group logo, resulting in somewhat literal combination of the Citicorp word mark and the Travelers Group umbrella icon, and the new logo, the legend goes, was drawn by a designer called Paula Scher. So she's an iconic designer, and she is a partner of a design studio called Pentagram. And she, as the legend goes, she sketched this design on a napkin in the first meeting between the new and merged businesses leaders and herself. And the executive from the city, they asked how can it be done? Then it is done just in few seconds. And then Paula Scher, she replied, it is done in seconds and in 34 years of her experience as a graphics designer. So as the a famous designer of the Nike shoe, Tinker Hatfield, said like creativity is a function of the library in your head. When you sit down to create, it's a culmination of everything you have done and experienced up to this point. So, in the conclusion for this case, we can tell that the redesign of the logo is soft corporate politics. Changing the logo is often a political process, especially in corporation that is a merger of mega organizations, just like the example of Citicorp and Travelers Group. So the idea of Paula Scher, it elegantly waived two companies' previous identity in a new one, simple and clever visual solution. So like the merger was done throughout, like in a sense, a little bit throughout the logo, and so it was very very well done, a merger between very large organizations. But like the second case and second story that we're going to look at is the story of Instagram. And the original logo of Instagram was designed by Cole Rice, which is a photographer, designer, and he was a friend of the Instagram founder, Kevin Systrom, in 2010. The original logo was a three-dimensional tactile icon that provided the right amount of nostalgia for digital app on a digital screen. According to some sources, like Cole Rice only had around 1 hour to design it, since Kevin Systrom had to submit the logo to the Apple App Store in time. It was based on another icon which Cole Rice had designed previously, and Kevin Systrom had seen and liked this previous icon. So when the new and completely flattened logo was introduced in 2016, then the New York Times ran an article called "The Great Instagram Logo Freak Out of 2016." There were other magazines that called this redesign a travesty, but negative reaction of magazines and publications to the rebranding didn't prevent Instagram to continue being successful. So it was not the warmest reception to rebranding effort. Like Instagram themselves, they also quietly removed the story they had published in their blog about this redesign of the logo and rebranding. But contrary to the harsh reception, this rebranding effort might have received initially, like the harsh and negative reaction, initial reaction, the Instagram growth didn't suffer at all. The user base, if we're looking at the user base of Instagram, it grew from 500 million users at the time of rebranding to 2.2 billion users in 2022. The internet freak out lasted only a few days. Then people forgot about the article but continued using Instagram, and they were back to use of the app, and like they kept using it like never before. And the conclusion from this case, we can say that this was harmonization between aesthetics and utility. This branding wasn't just about changing the logo. Shortly after the introduction of the new logo and app icon, the Instagram Stories feature was launched. Around each user profile picture in the interface, there was a gradient ring, which was like somewhat similar to the logo, and it indicated a new upload from that user, like as pretty similar to the logo. So it was somewhat subtle cue, but clear cue that like nudged the user to keep checking more and more their Instagram account. The lead designer for this redesign of the icon, called Ian Spalter, so it is a digital native designer who understood the harmony between aesthetic and utility. And this rebranding is one of the few cases which achieved this harmony so well. The third case which we can be looking at is Saks Fifth Avenue, and the origin of this fashion brand and fashion store was in Washington, D.C. in the 19th century. And it was in 1924 that the iconic store opened on the Fifth Avenue in New York City. In 2007, Michael Bierut and his team and Pentagram of designers, they did redesign the identity and the logo of Saks Fifth Avenue, and they resurrected one old script typeface from the old era. And in the last few years, multiple high-end fashion brands, they started to rebrand, and all of them chose to use the font for the rebranding of sans serif typeface for the work mark, for the for their new rebranded logo. And like one example is Burberry, and their designer who did redesign their logo called this new font Modern Utility, and his name was Riccardo Tisci. This modernization movement may be the biggest tragedy, according to some designers, in the fashion industry of the 21st century. So when like when we're looking at Michael Bierut, he did eloquently spoke of brand design, and that's when like we realize that design is much about thinking and articulation as it is about aesthetics and execution. And so like unlike relying on the modern and widely used sans serif typeface, uh, like Michael Bierut and his team, they reinterpreted the old script typeface of Saks Fifth Avenue, and it was used in 1970s. The conclusion from this redesign and rebranding is that being modern isn't about a typeface. Designers like to use and argue for sans serif typeface for the sake of modernity. It is an easy argument to make, but Michael Bierut and his team didn't settle for the lazy and obvious utility of sans serif typeface. Instead, they went back in time, and they embraced the brand's past script typeface, and they reinvigorated it with like refreshingly modern way with the new logo. The next example we could be looking is the example of Uniqlo, and like in 2002, Tadashi Yanai, who is the founder and CEO of Uniqlo, he decided it was time to expand the business overseas outside of Japan. He opened 21 stores in and around London, and a few years later, Uniqlo opened in Three Miles in New Jersey. The result was complete and utter failure. Uniqlo retracted and rethought its approach, and Mr. Yanai hired art director called Kashiva Sato to help with rebranding Uniqlo for the global market. And the first question Sato asked Mr. Yanai was whether he wanted to let the world know that this was a Japanese brand. And absolutely, it was the answer of CEO Yanai. Like he said, I want Uniqlo to be world's best brand from Japan. And like Sato, the designer Sato responded with a new identity that incorporated katakana, and katakana is the Japanese alphabet and it was used in the logo. This was rolled out with the launch of Uniqlo first and global flagship store in Soho, in New York City in 2006. And this opening was overseen personally by the CEO of Uniqlo, and Yanai, and by Mr. Sato. This was the first successful footprint for Uniqlo outside of Asia, and this store became a template for Uniqlo's global strategy. And the rest is history. So what we could take from this case of rebranding is this business leadership equals design leadership. It was a close collaboration between a business leader and a designer, and when this collaboration works out, it works well aesthetically and commercially. One such example is we could bring is between Steve Jobs and Jonathan Ive, who is the former head of design of Apple. And we have to be looking at when is the right time to rebrand. Having looked at all of the cases, the short answer to this question, when is the right time to rebrand, is never. But if we must rebrand, there are few triggers that may indicate it may be reasonable to consider rebranding. The first such case is a change in the business. A clear change in the direction of the business, a merger or a global expansion are examples of a trigger for rebranding. For Citi, it was a merger and this merger warranted a rebranding, even though it took them 8 years to pull the trigger. For Uniqlo, this is ambitious global expansion, which was the motivation for rebranding. Rebranding sometimes tends to go sideways, and when the reason is the new CEO doesn't like the logo, or we have a new chief marketing officer. The change in management is often not a good trigger for rebranding. The decision to rebrand should be made before the work can even start. Then a second trigger that we can look at is change in the product, and like in case of Instagram, the product was being updated in a major way, and had the design team rebranded the logo and other surface level assets such as typeface only, the rebranding probably wouldn't have been successful. Instagram rebranding was well integrated into the product and was functionally meaningful, not just aesthetically meaningful. The caveat and the thing which we need to pay attention, however, is that this type of rebranding may be done very selectively. One should not be rebranding every time there is a change in the product. And third trigger for rebranding is change in the market, and this is probably the most difficult trigger to pull, as in the case of the fashion brands. The change was the digitalization of the consumer experience and online shopping, which was the reason for rebranding. The problem is the best practice, it could be an easy trap to fall into. Taking that approach could lead to homogeneity, and that's exactly what rebranding shouldn't be doing. One company that pulled the trigger at peculiar timing is the company formerly known as Facebook. In 2021, the Facebook files, it revealed that Facebook Files was an article published in Wall Street Journal, and it did create the perfect storm. Then Facebook rebranded from Facebook to Meta to divert attention away from its battered image. Whether this diversion was successful or not, we have to decide in the future. There are more examples, but I would be ending this presentation. Thank you for coming. Thank you for listening to this educational event. Once again, I would like to invite you to come and join our community, and you can find the number of channels that we're posting on the bottom of every page on our website. And the name and the URL of the website of our 3D NFT marketplace is once again 3dnft.decentralizedweb.org. 3D NFT is written in a way of number 3, then the letter D, then the letters NFT, and this is all together 3D NFT decentralized web, which are two words, and they're all together decentralizedweb.org. On the bottom of every page you can see the icons of the social networks that we're posting on. You can click on one or more, become a follower, and become a member of the group, so that you can get notified about events just like the event today. And with this said, thank you for coming, and thank you for listening and viewing this presentation. Have a nice day, have a nice evening, and goodbye.